Hello everybody, this is Phoenix Cindy, and I'm finally back with another Lizargon Devlog. It seems like no matter how many times I underestimate something, I never freaking learn, but that's besides the point. The important thing is that I am finally done with my game's movement animations, along with a few minor shader tweaks. That means I'm officially further than I've ever been developing this cursed freaking game. How many times have I restarted this project? 3 times? 5 times? I have no freaking clue. All I know is that the movement animations are done. In my opinion, they look pretty good. I'm not being overly harsh on myself since this is going to be my first ever completed game, but if in the future I want to adjust some things, I probably will. For now, and probably for the rest of the game's development, I think they look pretty good. Especially since the game is so focused on speed and momentum and agility that you probably won't even be looking so much at the animations. They're mainly there to tell you what you're doing at the split second you're doing it. Unlike my previous plans for Lizargon's player animations, there is no key system to place the feet on the ground or any crap like that. Why? Because as I said before, the game's so focused on going at Mach 10 speed, not to look at lizard toes touching the ground correctly. So why include an IK system? There is no need for an IK system unless you're using it to pull swords out of your sheath, but that's just a small little detail. You don't need to place your feet on the ground. You don't need the crawl to perfectly match the terrain. All you need is an animation to tell you what you're doing and to look nice. So I decided to drop the IK system, drop the whole crawling shenanigans I had in the Unity version, and just stick to the bare bones. Here are your animations. This is what you're doing. They look nice. Good. Play the game. However, there's one animation-related system in my game that I desperately wanted to implement. The reverse skeleton, as I call it. Essentially, it's a procedurally animated body movement for diving, swimming, and crawling, affecting the spine, the head, and the neck. And this reverse skeleton system is why it took me so freaking long to finish the movement animations. I love smooth animations, and since my game's player character is a lizard, it makes perfect sense. Could I have dropped it like the IK system? Yes. But it would also make my player character feel less smooth and fluid, which is a core part of this game. I want the player to feel fast, agile, and powerful. I also want them to feel very fluid and very free. The game's mechanics already reflect all of this, but I wanted the animations to reflect it as well. And I will say I'm pretty proud of how it turned out. It does glitch out at low frame rates, but I plan to add an option to turn it off in case you're playing on a potato laptop. I'm not saying that my laptop's that bad, but I'm saying I have played games on laptops that have been worse. I know how it feels. So I plan to have an option to turn it off. But for computers that can handle it, and if my laptop can handle it, a lot of other ones can, the reverse skeleton is there, and it looks very nice. It looks very fluid, and I'm actually pretty proud of how it turned out. The dive looks nice, the swimming looks nice, and the crawling looks very nice. Now, you may have noticed the ribbon and tail animations, or should I say, the lack thereof. You may have also noticed that I am not showing off any combat animations. Those will be added later. Right now, I was focusing on the movement animations, but those ones can be easily tacked on. I plan to have procedural animations for the tail and for the ribbon to make them very smooth and to add more to that fluid feeling of the game. But right now, I need to take a freaking break from animations. I'm going to work on some other things for the game. Alright, on to what I tweaked in the player shader. They aren't that grand, just some adjustments to fix up a few things. The skin and the belly colors now have a system where I can change their colors by code, making visual indications of some movement abilities possible through color. So when you're charging, you can glow yellow, or when you're ready, or charged as I call it, you can glow orange. I'll add the glow in later, but for now the system is implemented so I can finally get rid of that freaking box that I've been using the whole time. So there's a visual indicator to tell you, hey, you're ready to dive jump, or you're ready to absorb jump, or any other random thing I want to add, maybe a parry, or something like that. The system is there, and it's reflected in the skin color. Please do not make racist jokes about that. Alright, now, the outline shader. The outline shader has a few tweaks as well. Instead of having one offset parameter and some weird matrix and multiplication crap, we instead have the offset and max linear depth parameters. And finally, the question I answer at the end of every devlog. What's next? Right now, I need to take a small break from animations because, oh boy, it took longer than expected with that whole reverse skeleton roadblock. It was annoying. It was getting me pretty mad. I gotta be honest, I didn't 100% expect to ever get this far with making a game. I've had dreams about it. I've really wanted to make a game, and I really want to do games as a hobby, but doesn't look like much, but I'm farther than I've ever been in making a game before, so I really just don't have an exact answer for what's next. I'm just going to work on the game, like get a few systems and features going. Adaptive music systems, sound effects, pause menus, particles and effects, assets, enemies, the whole shebang. There isn't some ginormous daunting task that lays the foundation of the entire project at the moment, just things to add on to it. The main mechanics are down, and the movement animations are down. Right now, it's just moving forward with this project. Best I can say is, stay tuned. I'll be making devlogs whenever I get to a significant sort of progress point, but from here on out, things should really start accelerating forward. I hope. I'm pretty sure they should. Oh, and one more thing. I finally figured out how to end my devlog videos. Huge character development point witnessed by you guys. Wow, incredible. All right, that's it. Hopefully everything turns out well. Stay tuned, and I'll see you all in the near future.